It wasn't like Harry had a hidden identity. Wouldn't they have all seen his picture and knew what he looked like?
I mean, the Snatchers, consisting of Fenrir Greyback and some other not-so-bright people, knew it was Harry. But the Death Eaters, right-hand servants of Voldemort, couldn't figure it out? Come on! Some people reason that Draco knew it was Harry, and he just didn't say, but how much sense does that make? They're bitter enemies who hate each other. Why wouldn't he tell on him? Some people say he was scared and he was trying to be good. Well, he sure wasn't restraining his evil ways later when he, Crabbe, Goyle were having that battle and trying to kill Harry and company. I mean, Jesus!
And on that note, since when were Crabbe and Goyle such advanced magic users? They were supposed to have been terrible students.
People tried to argue that they were into the dark arts, so that's why they could do it. But it's stated in the 4th book that it takes powerful advanced skill to use even dark magic, so that's another piece of dookie. Back to Malfoy Manor. At the end of the chapter, Dobby is killed by Bellatrix's knife. Now this one is a little unclear, but from the way J.K. described Harry's position, the way he was disapparating, and given Dobby's physical height, I kind of got the impression that it wasn't physically possible for Dobby to have been stabbed with the knife. But check it out for yourself and see what you think. Now we're going to get into the part with the most flaws.
The entire end sequence.
So bear with us. Let's start with the Horcruxes.
According to J.K., it takes an incredibly powerful substance to destroy a Horcrux. It has to be powerful enough to destroy it beyond magical repair. Now, the 3 ways they dispose of the 4 Horcruxes in this book are through use of the Sword of Gryffindor, Fiend Fire, and Basilisk Venom. Now, I don't have a problem with the Sword of Gryffindor because it was supposedly crafted by very powerful goblin magic. I do have a problem with the Fiend Fire. This spell comes out of nowhere, runs rampant on the team, and Ravenclaw's diadem is destroyed. Hermione claims that she knew that Fiend Fire would destroy a Horcrux, but she didn't use it because it could be dangerous. Wait, Hermione couldn't use a spell? Doubtful. And if this spell is so powerful, how did Crabbe use it?
Okay, the explanation for the destruction of the Hufflepuff cup was migraine-inducing. Apparently, Ron, the genius that he is, thought that they would use the Basilisk Fang that destroyed the diary in Book 2. So Ron and Hermione go down to the Chamber of Secrets, take the Basilisk Fang, stab the cup, and destroy the Horcrux. Wow, well, where to begin? First of all, this idea is conceived by Ron, so that's all wrong right there. Then there's this issue of getting into the Chamber of Secrets. Last time I checked, you had to be a Parselmouth to command the chamber to open. But it's okay, Rowling says that Ron remembered when Harry said the word open in Parselmouth in the middle of the book when he was trying to get the locket to open. So okay, that's fine. Oh, but wait, no, it's not. You see, you can't learn Parseltongue. It's a magical language that is only spoken by a select few wizards. Don't you think that if you could learn it, the Ministry would be teaching classes on it so people could keep snakes off of their backs? Also, Ron hears Harry say this one time, and he is under extreme stress and pressure at that point. There's no way in hell he would have remembered that. And please, let's not forget the driving point in this argument. It's Ron! So anyway, let's say that they did get down into the Chamber of Secrets. The Basilisk was killed 5 years ago. Don't you think that the venom from the Fang would have dried up by then? And how did they get out of the chamber anyway? In the 2nd book, they had to have Fawkes carry the team out. Well, how did they get out then? They can't apparate because they're inside of Hogwarts. The amount of plot holes in this section is ridiculous.
Finally, we have the destruction of the snake Nagini. This is carried out by Neville Longbottom. Voldemort, who has Nagini on his shoulders, puts Neville in front of him to make an example out of him. He places the sorting hat on top of his head. He petrifies Neville from moving. Then Voldemort sets the hat on fire. Luckily, Grop and some random people and centaurs all appeared at once.
How fortunate.
And Neville pulls the Sword of Gryffindor from the hat and cuts off the snake's head. Oh boy. Okay, Voldemort used a body-binding curse on Neville, so how is he able to move to kill the snake? It wasn't because Voldemort was distracted, because no other time the spell is used do you have to concentrate to keep the spell going. Neville pulls the sword from the hat while it's on fire, and while it's falling to the ground. So, Neville just thought, while this flaming hat is falling off my head, I'm gonna reach inside and pull out a sword. Wow, what a guy.
Funny, didn't Griphook the Goblin have the sword? Yet didn't he make an agreed-upon arrangement with Harry that if he helped them break into Gringotts, then the sword would rightfully be his? So, what happened? What, the Goblin's just sitting there polishing his sword and then poof! Fuck you, Goblin, a wizard needs his sword. Well, according to J.K., that's how it all went down.
Voldemort has a secret meeting with Snape, and Harry and company spy on him. Voldemort claims that the Elder Wand doesn't work for him because Snape killed Dumbledore, therefore Snape owns the Elder Wand. So Voldemort has Nagini attack Snape, and then he leaves. Harry then gets Snape's memories as Snape dies. Okay, the biggest problem with this is that Voldemort kills Snape with the snake. A few reasons why this is wrong.
As Voldemort leaves, he says, "I regret it." The only time we ever hear him say these words. Snape was his right-hand man, and he regretted killing him. Why then, if he regretted killing Snape, did he do it so brutally? I mean, if he'd used Avada Kedavra, then Snape would have died a quick, painless death. But instead, he killed him with snake venom, so Snape died a slow, painful death. I mean, so the one person he regrets killing, he kills them very slowly and painfully, but everybody else, they just get the curse.
Also, Nagini is a Horcrux. Why would he risk damaging her? Snape could have done something to harm her. Also, if Voldemort needed the Elder Wand, why didn't he use the curse to kill Snape? Keep with the magic. And after Nagini bites Snape, Voldemort just leaves. What a classic bad guy mistake. You make sure the person dies. You don't just assume and leave. This is more evidence for Voldemort's idiocy. The reason I think JK wrote in this snake-killing blunder is because she knew she couldn't get Snape's memories if he died instantly with the curse. So she had to give him a snake bite so he'd die slowly so Harry could collect his memories.
So, after Harry learns Snape's past, he goes to face Voldemort in the forest, knowing he has to die because he's a Horcrux. He gets blasted with Avada Kedavra without a fight, talks to Dumbledore in his head, and then wakes up where the curse knocked him down. Okay, here we go. Biggest question, why did Harry survive the killing curse? Again. Well, according to Dumbledore, it's because a piece of Voldemort's soul was attached to Harry's, making him a Horcrux, and so Voldemort blasted his own soul and not Harry's. But how? Why did it destroy Voldemort's souls and not Harry's? Was it just plain luck? I mean, was it that it could hit either one of them and it just happened to hit Voldemort's? Was that what happened? I mean, besides, I'm pretty sure Avada Kedavra kills your body, not your soul. If it killed your soul, its victims wouldn't be able to appear as ghosts, now would they?
But Cedric and Harry's parents both did in Book 4.
And if Harry is a Horcrux, then shouldn't you have needed a Horcrux-destroying item to destroy his Horcrux?
So Avada Kedavra is another way to destroy a Horcrux?
Jot that down. And for that matter, why is Harry a Horcrux anyway? Because Voldemort couldn't kill him as a baby, so his soul attached to Harry? Well, that doesn't make any sense. Besides, according to JK, if Avada Kedavra kills your soul, it would have killed Voldemort's soul, so there would be nothing to attach to Harry. And while we're on that subject of the first attack, why did Harry survive as a baby? Because his mother died protecting him? That's all it took, huh? So no other parent or friend ever died for their child or for one of their friends. They all just said, "Oh, shit, take him, Voldemort."
If that's all it took, why didn't Dumbledore just tell everyone, "Hey, everybody! All you have to do is love someone and be willing to die in their place, and Voldemort is powerless!" But no, as opposed to using magic, JK tries to solve her problems with love. Man, that makes for an original and compelling story. And what was that whimpering creature during Harry's talk with Dumbledore? I guess it was supposed to represent Voldemort in some form, but it never said.
It was like a representation of me after reading this book. Dumbledore also says that by taking Harry's blood, Voldemort kept Lily's charm alive in him, tethering Harry to life. But then, since they share blood, it works the other way around, so Harry should be able to kill Voldemort because Lily's sacrifice is keeping him alive. Yet, somehow he does.
So, Harry somehow survives Avada Kedavra again. And this part is stupid. Nobody can tell he's alive? None of the Death Eaters can see his chest rising and falling? The man has to breathe. They're wizards. They don't know he's actually still alive? Narcissa tells them that he's dead, but Voldemort doesn't check himself? Why would he take that risk? In another book, he wouldn't, but he's an idiot in this book.